there everybody, this is Lego Jeffo, and I'm back with another video. This past weekend I went to a Lego convention in Portland, Maine. It is the Brick Universe convention that comes to Maine once a year, well, for the past 3 years, and I finally went to one. They had a lot of vendors there selling really cool stuff. Minifigures and sets and all that stuff. They had guests there to sign autographs, and it was really fun. My wife and I, we had a really good time. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I really like these 3D printed, oversized minifigs, these jumbo ones, and I've been picking some up. And so my latest acquisition was this one of Wolverine that was 3D printed on one of those 3D printed machines. So I showed this in a video I did of the Lego convention, but the video was like an hour long and I don't know if anyone watched it much. But I thought I would do a separate video about this figure here. So this is the 3D printed Wolverine. So his arms do move just like a regular figure. Now you can remove the claws. Like his claws will come out, and like a regular figure they just kind of slip into the hand. So if you want to give Wolverine a haircut, you can pull his hair off and make him like me. So you put that back on. Now he does come apart like a regular Lego, like that. You can sit them. Now he does move a little stiff because he's pretty much brand new. Whoever made him must have recently made him. So you just put that back in there, and we'll show you the back of him. Now I used to read X-Men comics many years ago, like, oh, I don't know, 30 something years ago, maybe more. And I haven't really followed X-Men that much. I know there is a newer Wolverine and Deadpool movie. Haven't seen that. But I think these 3D printed figures are pretty good. I like them. I have a few right now. I have a Spider-Man. I have Benny the Spaceman. I have a regular typical minifig. And I have Hulk. And then this one. So I've got like, what, 5 of them. And so I do want to get more in the future. They can go about $30 for these 9-inch ones. 35, 37, you know, right in there. The bigger ones are more expensive. And, you know, I have the 12-inch one that was like, I don't know, $60. I mean, it's like, well, I think I'd rather pay a little less for maybe a few inches shorter, you know. So I made the choice to maybe look more towards these 8.5 to 9-inch ones. They're a good size and they're not super huge. Again, this is, you know, my hand right next to it here. So, you know, it's not a bad size. Do I think they're worth it? Yeah, I do. Considering if you are a collector and you look for older figures, minifigures, actual real minifigures, the little ones, they can go up in price. It's like, why are these so expensive? And then the answer is, well, it's Lego and everything's overpriced. Don't get me wrong, I love Lego. I love building toys. I love the boot Lego ones. I love Mega Blocks. I love all that stuff. They just are expensive, and like any other business, they're out to make money. So you have to understand that when you get into any kind of collecting. I used to collect a lot of stuff when I was much younger. I used to collect comic books, action figures, toys, stuff like that. You know, trading cards, all those things. And quite frankly, I got rid of most of that stuff because I decided if I'm going to have a hobby, I can't have many hobbies because I don't have the funds to support buying comics and toys and figures and cards and books and all this stuff. It's just overkill. So if I had to choose one hobby, what would it be? And I decided I really enjoy Lego a lot. My wife and I, it brings us together. It's something we can do together. We're doing our display room and stuff. She has her display room in her office where she works from home. So it's kind of nice to be able to have a hobby room where you can go and mess around and, you know, keep out of trouble, you know, because I need to keep out of trouble. So, yeah, you can find these at a lot of conventions. I look on eBay because you get a lot of people that are very talented that use those 3D printers, and they'll make these figures. And yeah, they are a bit expensive, but I watched a video on how they're printed, and they can take many hours to print just one part, one element of the figure. And it's like, for all the material they use, that kind of plastic stuff, and it comes on a spool, you know, running the machine, the electricity, you know, the time of crafting it and gluing it and all that stuff, plus having to ship it, and aggravation, I think it's actually kind of worth it in this case, because this is handcrafted. You can't buy this in the store. You're not going to go to your local Walmart and find this on a shelf. You'll find these at conventions or online, or if you happen to know somebody in the trade that does these things, or Lego people that like it, or if there is an actual mom and pop Lego reseller, not actual Lego store from the company themselves, but like, you know, some smaller mom and pop store. A lot of them might carry this. But here in Maine, we have like nothing. There's no Lego store in Maine. There's nothing. It's really sad here in Maine. I mean, people are like, oh, it's the vacation state. Yeah, well, you try living here. But anyways, I don't want to go on. But this is the 3D printed Wolverine. You know, even on the back, he's got the holes. Like, you know, if he were to actually be part of an actual set that was scaled to his size. So, yeah, if you can find any of these out in the wild, you know, they got all sorts of different ones. They got Star Wars and Marvel and DC and various other figures that people have done. You might want to look into it. You know, see it up close if you can. Feel it for the quality. If it was sanded, if they used putty, if they tried to make it look really good. You know, even like on this one, like his blue here. I don't know if I can show it right, but it's actually not painted. It's a element that's glued on. So it's quality. The belt, you know, it's a separate thing, but it's adhered to it. Yeah. So anyways, that's enough of that. I wanted to just share that with you folks. And I will talk to you kiddies later.